Hello guys, welcome to Happy Time Reviews and my review of my Lenovo Legion Tower 5i setup. This is actually a complete gaming desktop setup. This is not just your typical, just buy it and using it out of the box as is. I'll explain here in a minute. There's actually a lot of upgrades, and because of how many products I'm going to be reviewing in one take, because there's so many products that are going to go into this computer, I'll just leave links in the description so that way you can see what I've added on. For the most part, I haven't really changed the desktop itself. I've done upgrades like water cooling. I upgraded the processor, but I will get to the story behind that in a minute. And then I upgraded the RAM. Otherwise, it still has most of the general stock stuff that you see here. It is a Lenovo Legion Tower 5i gaming desktop. Originally came with a Core Intel i7-12700, 16 gigs of RAM, and an Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060. Came with 256 solid-state drive for Windows and a 1TB hard drive for storage. This is actually quite a nice computer, but I'm going to go over the products really quick that I've had to add to this PC for a good upgrade, and then I will go over the computer itself and show you its capabilities. First and foremost, when the PC got here, I did a RAM upgrade. So before I even turned it on for the first time, I pulled it open and I added some CORSAIR Vengeance. I ordered two 32 packs, or two 32 gigabyte packs, two 16 gigabytes. So a total of 4 sticks of RAM for 64 gigabytes of memory. Add-ons include an LG 8X external USB 2.0 Blu-ray disc reader, and it can also burn and write regular CDs and DVDs. The hard drives that I've added on include a Samsung 970 Evo Plus M.2 drive. I use this as my game storage drive called Games Fast. It's for VR games, things that need fast read speeds. And then for my normal monitor type games, I call this hard drive on the computer Games Slow, but this is a Western Digital Black gaming 4TB internal SATA standard hard drive for a desktop computer. I love this thing. This thing's actually very fast. It stores data appropriately. I must note that when I first downloaded my terabyte or so of games onto this thing, actually almost 2 terabytes of games onto this thing, it slowed down, but that's my fault because I didn't defragment. So, got to do that. Anyway, the additional upgrade I did right when I bought it was I put in this Thermaltake SMART 700-watt power supply because I knew with the graphics card and the RAM, the original power supply that it came with at 500 watts was not going to be enough to cut it. So I wanted to make sure that everything functioned appropriately for years and years to come. Additionally, as time has gone on, let's see, let me find the appropriate one here. I added the Core i9. Now that happened because I decided that I was going to upgrade my PC to a liquid cooler. This is an Arctic Freezer 2 240A ARGB. It is an all-in-one system, so you don't need to worry about filling it, refilling it, any of that kind of stuff. It's a sealed system. Now, I love this thing. It works great. It actually does keep my processor fairly cool, but I'll be honest, this is the first time that I've ever installed a liquid cooler on a PC, and I didn't quite follow I followed the instructions, but I misread how a bolt was supposed to be mounted, and I ended up mounting the 4 mounting bolts upside down. And so on the original Core i7, as it was loading up and posting for the first time, it overheated, smoked, and the PC stopped posting and it shut off. So I realized what had happened. I used my laptop. I ordered because ironically at the time, the 12700 was more expensive than the 12900K. So that's what I ended up getting, was the i9. Let's see, let's go back to that. The processor that I had to upgrade to was a Core i9 12900K. It is actually a very good processor. Again, the i7, for whatever reason, the i7 came in at a little under $500, and this one comes in at $400. Same generation of processors. So anyway, additionally, to the PC, I have added... Oh, haven't gotten there yet. This is my monitor. It's a Samsung Odyssey G5. 32-inch curved screen monitor. On top of it, I have a special curved light bar. I actually did some research on this and it took a while, but it's by this company. It's called Melifo. The Melifo curved monitor light bar. Actually, if you look, this thing actually fits perfect and it's on right now. It does actually do multiple colors, so you can do things like, you know, dark yellow all the way up to bright white. So, and then it comes in several ones, so you can get in rain RGB if you would like to. But I prefer my standard two color, you know, and mix. Let's see. My monitor is mounted on this arm. It's called a mount up single monitor desk mount arm. Let's see. Now, as for my keyboard and mouse, I'm using this mouse and keyboard setup, the M500 and the K500 by Lenovo. So these are, you can consider them stock. In addition, I do some VR gaming. I use the HP Reverb G2, and actually I have a lot of good luck with it. I hear a lot of negative reviews about this particular gaming VR headset, and it seems most of them stem from they didn't have the most capable hardware to run it. With all of these upgrades, and even with an RTX 3060, I'm still running VR smooth as butter, and I'm having no issues. I must note that I did have a custom Dell Optiplex before this with a graphics card, and that could handle some VR games, but it was rather choppy at times, which is why I ended up doing this. So, in addition to the VR gaming headset, I had to get a stand, which is what you see behind the monitor there, so I keep my VR gaming headset on it. I also got one of these things that you put in front of the eyepieces so dust doesn't accumulate in front of the eyepieces. Everything is run on an APC UPS. It is particularly the model 850 VA. This will give me about, if I'm in VR, it'll give me about 6 minutes to save and get out of there and shut down if a sudden power outage occurs. Otherwise, if I'm just using my desktop, I could get up to 45 minutes. If I'm literally just like browsing the internet, I can get up to 45 minutes of backup power, although most of the time if the power goes out, I'm probably going to shut down this PC because it's a power-hungry monster, and I'm going to use my laptop instead, which uses much less power. Let's see here. I think we've gone over just about everything that I've added on to this or done. My background is the Lenovo Legion gaming mat. I decided to go with a mat instead of just a mouse pad because I wanted the ability to move my mouse and keyboard and everything all over my desk. And I have to note, all of these things work absolutely wonderfully and in sync with each other. Again, links are going to be in the description for these products to both Best Buy and Amazon, where I purchased all of my products. I actually did purchase these from separate places. So, nonetheless, I'll give you a look inside the tower. So here's my gaming PC tower. This tower now has the all-in-one liquid cooler in it. Pardon me. So you can actually see up inside of it here. And it's actually a really good setup. You can see all the drives and everything that I've put onto it, the RTX 3060. There's my UPS power backup. And of course, there's the HP Reverb G2. Now, I play Steam, so because that's really the best place to get games, although there's the Xbox Marketplace. If you guys are interested in ever joining me for a game, I've got multiple games here, as you can see. So if you're ever interested in joining me for a game, look me up, and if I'm online, we might be in-game, if you will. So let's go here. And you know, let's go back to the previous song. See, we only listen to royalty-free music when we're recording. As far as performance specs go on all of these products, let me actually close this window out first, because I don't need those. And then I'll close this window out second. Okay. Now, unfortunately, my computer is defragmenting, so I cannot run a user benchmark for you. However, I can view previous user benchmark results. This thing scores a 129, a 122 and a 125 across the board on user benchmark. So this is not a light PC. This can do very heavy tasks. In addition to gaming, as you can see there, I also have Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Creations. I run my business through here. So I do all kinds of stuff. Graphic design, games, everything. So not much else to say other than this is the most fantastic PC I've ever used, other than frying my own processor by installing my liquid cooler on the board wrong. This PC's given me absolutely zero trouble. I really enjoy this computer. It is very fast. It has never left me stranded, if you will, because there's a couple of PCs that have done that to me. In the middle of a project, just die, and now that was the only PC that had the project, so it's the only one that can fix it. And then, I did forget to mention, I do have this is my gaming headset. This is a Razer gaming headset. I believe it's a Kraken Pro corded USB headset. I don't usually use wired headsets. I have a wireless headset too, Plantronics Voyager V4220, and I also have a Monster Boomerang neck speaker, which I use for gaming a lot. What we're listening to the royalty-free music from are my JBL tubes. I forget exactly which model they are. I think they're the Charge 4, but I got two, and I've got them in infinite mode, syncing with each other. Again, this is my review of my entire gaming desktop setup. I haven't had zero issues with this PC so far. I'd game again right now, but my PC is in the middle of defragmenting, so it'd be not a good idea to do something while it's doing that. I would need to figure out what games were on which hard drive, games fast, games slow, because I don't want to overload the PC or try and access data that it's trying to write, or write data that it's trying to read. So anyway, links will be in the description for all of the products mentioned. I have to say that the gaming headset, the Razer Kraken, is probably one of the best that I've used. It comes with its own software suite, so you can turn it to, as they would put it, surround sound mode. When you test this out in their software and in games, you will hear the difference. You will hear someone running up behind you, and as you turn in game, you'll see it. Same applies for the VR headset. I haven't had the chance to play many VR games, but what VR games I have played and in what room I have to play, I've had some fun. I've definitely had some fun. I've got over 100 games almost 110 games that are in Steam, I haven't had a chance to play everyone, like some of the older games like Bejeweled. I just haven't had time for, but again, I've had those a while. So I appreciate you guys watching the reviews channel. I do have to say again, I've had this computer since January. Most of this setup since then. I just got the monitor arm 3 months ago, but other than that, the setup hasn't really changed since I put it together. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Again, links in the description, and thanks for watching Happy Time Reviews. Subscribe, and I'm going to be starting a Patreon for this channel, so if you're thinking about leaving a donation, just say thanks. It'd be much appreciated. Help fund the channel and maybe get us noticed by other people, so that way we can get more products to review on this channel. In the meantime, I'm Mason with Happy Time Reviews. We'll see you next time.